Dave.
Dave. Dave.
What a pair of doofuses. Look at this.
Ready?
Here we go. This week on episode 23, finally, it's Suntory time.
Suntory time!
As we sample the Hibiki Japanese Harmony.
And of course, it's not just Suntory time, it's reminiscing time as us two old friends have a look back at some of the recording studios that we've been lucky enough to work in.
And as always, you can find some more whiskey and things related content on all of our social media platforms. Whisky and Things podcast on Instagram and Whisky and Things on Facebook and Twitter.
And don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on your favourite podcast platform, and maybe come and have a look over on Patreon and see what that's all about. Load of extra stuff on there. Patreon.com/Whisky and Things.
You're listening to the Whisky and Things podcast with Dave Giles and Nick Kent.
Welcome to episode 23 of Whisky and Things. I am Dave Giles.
And I'm Nick Kent, and today Dave and I are both wearing the same t-shirt.
Complete coincidence.
Which, if you're a girl, would be really would be a travesty if you turned up wearing the same outfit. But with guys, just cements your friendship, doesn't it, Dave?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I feel cemented.
Yes.
In my friendship right now with you.
What t-shirt we wearing, Dave? What t-shirt we wearing?
It's from one of Danny Gruff's new t-shirts, the author of My Own Misfortune, in maroon with the logo on the sleeve. It's a really, really nice t-shirt. It also looks like you work at Costa Coffee.
It does. It's the same shade. It's the same shade as Costa Coffee.
I do like this t-shirt, so I'm not surprised that you are also wearing it. It looks better on you, as clothes always do.
No, you got one that fits. I got like
yours. What are you on about? You
my belly's cut out, mate. My belly's cut out of the screenshot.
Whereas mine isn't. Anyway, mate, shall we crack on?
Yeah, let's do it. Stop giving Danny some screen time.
Yeah, after all, he is still the least listened to person of our podcast. Anyway, let's crack on. Well put. Yeah, I'm good with words today. This show's going to be a goodie.
Words
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Welcome to Words
Excellent.
and Stuff.
Whiskey bots, roll out.
It's a Blink-182 little reference there. I like that, Dave.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yeah.
Thought you would.
Cool.
Well, Nick, another new country. This week's whiskey.
It's Suntory time.
It's Suntory time.
Hibiki Japanese Harmony.
Amazing.
I love that.
Amazing.
Love that. We are, of course, referring to the movie Lost in Translation, where
starring the wonderful Bill Murray. We'll get him as a guest one time.
Yeah. Before he dies, hopefully.
Could you imagine that, mate? Could you imagine getting Bill Murray as a guest?
I can.
I'd retire.
I can.
I would retire at that point.
Yeah? It'd be done.
Just like the Dum Dums quit after playing Wembley, I would retire from podcasting once I've interviewed Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is our Wembley. There's no doubt.
He is our Wembley. Bill Murray is our Wembley.
We just send him a letter like that. Answers on a postcard. We send him a postcard saying, Bill, you are our Wembley. Will you come on our podcast?
You are our Wembley.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah. When we're bored of doing it, we'll send him one a week.
Yeah, we're done now. Come on, please. Come on.
Please,
I'm sick of this guy. I've got to work with him every week. Oh, dear. Anyway.
Amazing.
This whiskey, Hibiki.
Yes.
The company Suntory, established 1899 in Osaka, Japan, obviously. They made Japan's first whiskey.
Sorry, say that again?
Which bit?
Established when?
1899.
You sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Because on the box,
Yeah.
it says established 1923.
That's when the first whiskey came out. Or,
Right, so it's another one of those.
The whiskey established, the first whiskey came out, Suntory Shurifuda, the white label. I'm going to not put an accent on it. I'm just going to offend people. Came out in 1929. I was going to double check the history then on that, as you just said that.
Yeah, well, I'm just going by what's on the box.
No, I completely agree. That's fine.
We're back to having a bottle. This was bought for me by Sarah Nicholson and Fern Monkton as a gift just before Christmas, which was lovely. So, Nick,
Oh, it's
it's a
subtle.
little squeaker.
It's subtle,
But
mate.
it's been a while. Subtle. I wonder if it'll be subtle in flavour. But yeah, it's nice to have a proper bottle again.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. Okay. We'll go with the 1923. There is an 1899 here. He started. The guy who started it. Shit, oh mate, this is going to be hard. It's not like I thought the Scottish names were hard sometimes. Suntory Turi. Let's go with that. He went independent from a liquor company, and he started renting a modest house where generations of pursuit of a dream all started. So it started in that house for him. But
Because it's weirdly, it says on the box, Suntory Whisky, the founding house of Japanese whiskey. So clearly they've incorporated that within their
marketing. End of the day, I'm taking this from a few places, a bit of Wikipedia and a bit of other, obviously on their website, etc. You've got to take some of it with a pinch of salt because it's all marketing.
The box says Suntory Whisky was founded in 1923 by Shinjiro Tori. For over 3 generations, Suntory's master blenders have devoted themselves to pursuing the harmony of Japanese nature and craftsmanship.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one.
Ha 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 ha.
He opened a wine shop in 1899, selling imported wines, on February 1st, 1899. Okay, that's where I've got that from.
Hibiki is the paragon of harmony, launched in 1989 to commemorate Suntory's philosophy of living in harmony with people in 1989. Oh, 1989.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hibiki, they released Hibiki to mark Suntory's 90th anniversary.
Even though the box says, this is weird. Why do they do that? Why do they just
I'm
not
getting the
confirm?
impression, I've watched a few videos on this as well. It's very vague what goes on in Japan in terms of their whiskey. What were you just about to say about that?
It's just weird, isn't it? How, you'd think they just get their history right. If they're not going to accurately define when things happened, why would we trust anything else about them?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it says Hibiki is embraced as an icon of Japanese luxury.
Right, okay. Yeah,
So.
slogans, Dave. Yeah, as I said, Suntory released their first whiskey in 1929, and it was considered a failure, Dave.
Right.
Because the master distiller at that point was Japanese. He went to Scotland to learn the art of making whiskey, married a Scottish lady, came back, launched their first whiskey, and he based it on the smoky Scottish whiskies, and Japan did not like it. It was a failure. It came to the conclusion that they wanted a more subtle palate, more delicate. So then a few years later, they released the Suntory Kakabin, which was a #1 bestseller. So there we go. Suntory have a few different distilleries: Hakashu, Yamazaki, and Chita.
I'm glad you're doing this and not me.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I'm saying this is because let's get on to the Hibiki, because it's a blend, the Hibiki.
Our first blend.
It's our first blend. But it's a massive blend, right? Because it's a blend of 30 whiskies, Dave.
What?
Yeah, and it's 30 whiskies. And they have 3 distilleries. They have 2 single malt distilleries and a grain distillery. And this is a mixture of all 3. It's a mixture of like American oak cask, Japanese oak cask, and sherry barrels, etc. And there's also some peated whiskey in there as well. So there's all kinds of stuff in there.
Can I just do an aesthetics thing on the bottle? Because we've not had a bottle to talk about for ages.
Oh, mate, yeah. Oh, I've got stuff about the bottle. Go for it.
The bottle's stunning, right? So it's got 24 sides.
Correct. Yeah.
To represent the different seasons, I believe, the Japanese seasons.
Oh, okay. I saw 24 and I knew it's to do with time. I was thinking hours in the day.
So according to the box, let's go with the box.
Yeah, you've got the box. I've been going off other things. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so the box says the name Hibiki means resonance in Japanese, and Suntory whiskey Hibiki resonates with the subtleties of nature infused by the 24 seasons of Japan's traditional calendar and reflected in the 24 facets of the bottle's design.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I read that Hibiki means echo, which is the kind of same meaning as...
Yeah,
same
resonance.
thing.
But it's really nice. The paper of the label's like kind of a rice paper thing. It's really nice. It's just a nice bottle. It does feel like an expensive whiskey. I've no idea how much this cost, Nick. Have you got? Because obviously it was a gift, and It's always awkward when you find out how much a gift costs.
Whoever got it for you, good friend.
Yeah?
Yeah. Online, you're talking 65 to 70 quid.
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously imported, so would be less over there. So you got to kind of adapt for that. Again, quality's quality or whatever. But yeah, if you want to buy it here, 65 to 70, which is, I'm not surprised you didn't want to open it until now. But
well, yeah, I've been waiting for you to enjoy this with. That's for sure,
mate. I've had fun today, like looking into the Japanese stuff. It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, whenever I mention to people who I'm meeting for the first time that I'm into whiskey, they immediately say, "Have you tried Japanese whiskey? It's either meant to be beautiful or it's delicious. It's amazing." And I've had a little sip, and I can see why. But should we tackle this now, Dave? Let's pour it.
Yeah, I'm going to get my olfactory going on this. Oh, that's a different smell.
Talking light gold in colour, I would say.
Yeah, light amber. Or just amber. I'm not sure if light gold, yes, but it does have it does look like a good beer.
Okay,
like
a flat beer.
A good, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that colour.
Yeah. I'm actually getting lemon. Definite citrus, but there's a lemon.
Oh,
for
yeah.
me.
There's a lemon drizzle cake in this.
Oh dear. Funny we're wearing Danny Gruff t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
And orange peel. When you like squeeze the orange and the little, the little mist kind of gets you in the eye.
Yeah, I'm getting it's definitely a fruity, a citrusy cake. Even maybe a carrot cake, a nice carrot cake.
It is very nice.
It smells delicious. Yeah, on the nose, that's a real experience.
I can see why people are like, "Have you tried Japanese?"
Oh, we haven't tried it yet. I've just smelt it.
Yeah, no, but it's not like when you try, if you smell like a certain scotch and it's smoky and it can put a lot of people off. That's what I mean. It's not offensive at all.
I mean, it smells strong. It does. There's quite a lot of alcohol there on the nose. It smells like it's going to have a bit of a burn. It's 43% according to the box.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really, really sweet, citrusy cake.
Yeah, it's like a lemon cake with the zest on top. When they have those little chop bits.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get my lips around this glass.
Stop posing with the nosing.
Suntory time.
Oh, Suntory time. Suntory time. God, it's Suntory time.
It's Suntory time.
That is wonderful.
More intensity. Like an old friend.
Got a lot of intense friends. That is wonderful. That is so nice. Trying to pick things out. It's got a spicy end to it. Spicy finish. Black pepper. It's a tingle on the tongue. Oh, that is wonderful. That's one of my favourites, Dave, that we've had. For sure.
Are you getting a creamy chocolate?
Hang on. I'm going back in. I had a really big swig of the last one, so I'm trying to savour it now.
Like Milky Bar.
Like a white chocolate.
Yeah. Not getting that?
Milky Bars aren't on me, mate. I'm trying.
It's just a hint of it. It's not, but I'm getting that. I like this. This is nice. Do you know, we talked about this a few times over the last few weeks about people doing something different. This is unique, isn't it? This doesn't taste like Scottish whiskey. It doesn't taste like Irish whiskey. It doesn't taste like a bourbon.
Well, there's a tinge. You can get a bit of dried fruit in there. You can kind of see its origins, if you know what I mean. But
for sure.
But it's not.
It's its own thing at the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
As well, like for a...
I'll get some herbs on the nose at the end. Sorry, mate, carry on.
Well, yeah, for me, I'm always dubious about blends, even the expensive ones, because of how many bad blends there are.
Yeah, but
the cheap, nasty blends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is up there with any single malt we've had.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's the thing. Like, you say blend and people automatically are a bit, like, put off by it. But this pretty much proves that it's nothing to be worried about. Yeah,
the burn isn't... I thought it was going to burn more. It doesn't burn that much.
It's very smooth. I'm not really getting any burn.
It's really smooth.
I'm not getting any burn.
The tongue tingles, but it doesn't then burn. It's quite oily, Nick. I'm gonna dab a little bit of water in. I'm gonna get a little bit of water in this, just see what happens.
Yeah, Dave's gone off to get some water.
I tell you what, with a little bit of water, there's a load in there.
Brings out more flavour, does it? I didn't consider it that oily. I was thinking it was a sort of light and fresh one, to be honest. So it's just why I took a big gulp and didn't save any for any water. But I'll take your word for it, mate. Maybe I should invest in a bottle of this. I think it would be an investment, to be honest.
It's sweeter with water, but not over sweetness. It's a really nice level of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, there's so much. That's quite, for me, I find that quite complex in a good way, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like in a real good way, that's a complex flavour, not too heavy. The finish is long.
Yeah, you get your money's worth.
Yeah. I'm struggling to pick out individual flavours, but that's not a bad thing because it just means it is what it is, and it's good. So I'm not worried about the fact I can't. But the white chocolate is definitely more with the water as well. I'm really getting that more.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me drop a little bit into here. I've only got a little tiny bit. Ooh.
Yeah, with water, as it touches your tongue, it's really chocolatey. It's really nice.
Okay, I can't see what you mean. Yeah. I'm trying again. It's all down to your memories and stuff. Well, I love it.
Me too.
That's one I could drink all night. You know, when sometimes, I mean, I love the Lagavulins and my peaty stuff, but sometimes it gets to the point when you've had a couple of glasses, you're like, I'll put that back now. It's kind of maybe overpowering. That I could do that for a good few hours.
That's dangerous though when it's that expensive.
Yeah, Suntory time is all the time.
Suntory. No, that is really
Suntory
delightful.
time somewhere. Good Lord.
Yeah, in somewhere in the world, it will be Suntory time.
Yeah.
So
love it.
let's have another one.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, that's really great.
Cool.
Really great.
Love it. Oh, wonderful. We found another favourite, Dave.
It's definitely up there, isn't it?
It's definitely
it may have gone in the top 5 straight away there.
Definitely. I think that has. That's pleasant. It's more than pleasant. And I'm run out. Oh, well.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
Well, I won't drink too much, Nick, and then next time I see you, we can have another one.
Fantastic.
This can be our special occasion for 2 of us whiskey.
Oh, look at that. We'll both wear the same T-shirts again.
Same T-shirt again, exactly.
Beautiful.
Things.
Talking to celebrations, Nick, I think I'm glad I'm glad we've done this whiskey today.
Oh, yeah?
I've just reached £12,500 for my Abbey Road fund.
Why are you celebrating? That's nothing. That's nothing at all.
It's 25% now, isn't it? It's 25%. I'm a quarter of the way there.
Call me at 50%, mate. Call me at 50.
I'm now firmly in the middle of the road.
Well done.
I'm in that point where the car's going to hit me. Once again.
Really? Well, you can't step back now, no?
Well, no, because I'm. No, I can't.
Is this like a Frogger reference?
Yeah, no, like when you get those thermometers as the churches use when they want a new route. Well, if mine is on the side and I'm walking across a zebra crossing, 25% is where one of the cars is going to go. If I'm at 50%, I'm in the middle, I'm safe.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. That's a weird analogy. Put a thermometer on its side, in the road, near some cars.
Trying to get a new roof.
Yes. Trying to get a new roof with money.
For Abbey Road.
Yes.
The Abbey Road New Roof Fund.
Wow.
So, Dave, what are you doing at Abbey Road? Oh, I'm not doing anything, mate. I'm just helping to get a new roof. So,
need some more lead. Some guy nicked it. Yeah. Mate. That was a only Fools and Horses episode. Classic episode, mate.
Oh, no. Amazing. Amazing sitcom.
Just want to help the church rodders. Anyway. Yeah, well done, man. That's cool. So, so you should be there by Christmas, I reckon. Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's taken 4 months. So do the maths. 16 months it should take me to get my target.
Cool.
So maybe next
book it in
this time
Have
next
you called
year.
Them?
Next time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires.
Until you actually make the booking and they take the deposit.
And they take all the money off me. But yeah, it should be fun. Well, I can definitely do something there now. No matter what happens now, I'm going to Abbey Road to record, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Afternoon acoustic session with your guitar, just you.
Exactly.
Amazing. You don't even need Dean to come over for that. You can just like plug in and go.
Dean who?
No?
Yeah, so it's getting exciting now, knowing that I'm going to go to the studio, which I've been wanting to go to since.
What is it about this studio, Dave? What is it about? Obviously, the famous album cover the Beatles made. How many albums there? A couple?
Well, all of them other than one.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not big on the beat. I know I'm a musician and stuff, but I was never like a diehard Beatles fan. I've rarely just listened to an album through, to be honest. So
yeah, so Let It Be wasn't recorded there, but the rest of their stuff was. I'm pretty sure that's out. That's true.
Right.
There were like the odd song here and there, but most of the albums, like Sgt. Pepper, Abbey Road, Rubber, all the early albums, and not only that, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. So it then went on. Plenty of other people have used it too, and most of your favourite film soundtracks have been recorded there as well.
Right. I'm guessing some Bond stuff must have been done.
I imagine a lot of the Bond singles have probably been done there. But it's just, I don't know, it's just something magical, isn't it? It's like there's something about the place.
Right.
And I'm not sure if it's just because of who's used it in the past and the fact that they're like superstar status and all that. It's just a mythical place where there's got to be some magic in the walls. It just has to be. It just has to be. And I know, I wrote a letter when I was 14 years old in year 10. You know, when you did work experience at school?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote them a letter, Nick.
Wow.
To say, can I come and do work experience at your studio?
Wow. Okay. Did you go there? And I'm guessing not.
No, but they did reply.
That's nice.
And I got an Abbey Road letter-headed reply saying, we don't take work experience, kids. But good luck. And I was so happy that I had a piece of paper sent to me from like that was one of my most prized possessions for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And then I threw it out 2 years ago, just before I went to Nashville.
Why?
Because I was clearing out stuff from my mum and dad's place that I didn't know where I was going to store. It was from my song Shoebox. It was in the shoebox. So
that little bit of paper would have been hard to store somewhere, yeah?
Well, I just was like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm never going to need it. And then within 2 months, I started to come up with a plan to go and record at Abbey Road. I was like, that piece of paper would have come in handy now. That would have been
a great bit of promo on Instagram. That would
have been, wouldn't it? But no, what an idiot, what a moron. I'm pretty annoyed with myself about that. But
didn't even take a picture of it. You could have taken a picture of it and then.
No, I thought I would have done. I've gone through everything.
You would have done. You would have put it in the file in your Dropbox or wherever the hell your pictures are all stored. You're able to pull out at a moment's notice.
But no, this time, no. Hasn't worked out that way. But I mean, someone who I haven't been to that many recording studios, Nick. I've actually only been in 3 to record, to actually work in.
Yeah.
So the first was when we did Love, Life, Lost and Tea, and we used Riverside Studios out in Bath. And that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Lovely studio, that was.
It was just really nice. It was like a little bit secluded, down on the river, nice walk every morning.
Yeah.
We stayed on site.
It was gorgeous.
Big old live room, nice size control room, and Seb, who ran it, was really nice.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right, I guess.
It was good, just good memories there. And then obviously we had. The next one I went to was Assault and Battery in Willesden.
Yeah.
Where we recorded. We did all the For Apollo stuff.
Yeah, I forgot I was in that band. Yeah. For Apollo.
And then you went off. Yeah, that band ended because you went and joined American Idiot.
Is that why that ended?
Yeah.
No, that's a project you can just keep coming back to, you know?
And we never have we?
We never have.
We were going to this summer. Do you remember me texting you at the start of this year saying this summer, do you want to do it for Apollo EP at Danny's studio?
Is that a text I didn't reply to?
No, you replied. You were up for it.
Okay. Beginning of this year?
Yeah, it was earlier this year, before lockdown, which I know now seems phenomenally long ago.
We could have written a whole album in lockdown.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but we were going to do it in August when Joe was off on school holidays. But clearly, we probably could have done now, couldn't we? But anyway,
it's August. Oh, it's the 20th today.
Too late. Anyway, we did that, and then
I
went to
Nashville. Never too late, David. It's never too late.
Never too late.
Never too late. Never too late.
Is that right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not how. Never too much. Never too much. Never too. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh God, we've gone off on a tangent. I'm sorry, listeners.
Again, it's all right. Nick Kent digresses.
Yeah.
That's it. Slap that pen down.
Yeah.
Order.
Yeah, that was a good studio. That. Yes, Assault and Battery.
That was fun. And then obviously I went to Nashville and used Welcome to 1979, which was a really classy, old school, wooden panel everywhere. It was really vibey. You had a slide from the control room down to the live room. Load of cool stuff.
Oh,
big.
Yeah, I don't go to a studio now unless it has a slide.
I'm nervous now about going to Abbey Road if they haven't got a slide.
Well, just tell them. So I'm not booking this
on my
place
rider.
unless you need a slide installed.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I think I'm going to have to do that.
I can't believe. I think you should add another few grand onto your pot. To be honest,
Yeah,
just get the slide in there
with the roof fund, the slide fund.
Yeah, it should come through the roof. You know, if they want Dave Giles at Abbey Road, they need to step up.
They do need to step. You're right. You are definitely right.
Just saying.
But I'm sure you've probably used a lot more studios than me. So Nick, after we've done the Whisky God, Nick, I want to hear all about your studio experiences. I'm sure you must have some good ones.
I don't know if I have. I don't know if I've done more, but I've been to some cool ones. Yeah, let's talk about that later. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's go see Whisky God.
Should we see what the Whisky God's up to?
Yeah, get him out of the way.
All right.
What an arsehole.
Sting me. Sting's probably used Abbey Road as well. But anyway, sting me. Did you just call him an arsehole? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
Did I talk over that?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Whiskey?
Boom.
Right,
okay. Great.
Okay.
So,
All right. So
it's
where is he?
Centauri time.
Is he here?
Dave.
Suntory time. I hope he delivers the right level of intensity.
Mate.
I want it to be like he's greeting an old friend.
Yeah. Looking them straight in the eyes.
Looking him straight in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Suntory time. Cheers.
God, you up there, mate? Come on, buddy. Intense me.
Gentlemen, I am here. I'm ready. Let us begin.
Is he taking a mic?
Mate.
Is he taking a mic?
You call that intense? You call that intense? No, we want
What's
more
wrong with you?
More intensity. More intensity.
You can deliver.
Gentlemen, I am here. I am ready. Let us begin.
I have never been more disappointed in all my life.
Bit better, but you're a god. You're a whiskey god.
Surely he doesn't need 3 takes at this.
Right, you better deliver now, right? Or that's it. Exorcism, or whatever it is.
Gentlemen, I am here. I am ready. Let us begin.
Yes!
There it is.
There he is.
There he is. Great.
Fantastic.
Okay, so, Whisky God then, finally, could you give us your delicious tasting notes, please, for the Hibiki Japanese Harmony from Suntory Whisky.
It's Suntory time.
Hibiki by Suntory Whisky. Japanese Harmony. On the eyes, a welcoming golden amber. On the nose, enticing, spicy sweet. Promises of spice and citrus, even sweet licorice. On the palate, on your first sip, you are greeted with a vivacious welcome, luminescent and eye-opening. You're awoken with notes of cocoa butter creaminess, tropical fruits even, honey, and sweet dark citrus zest. You will expect a bite from the alcohol, but instead are greeted with a caress of creaminess. You didn't expect that. On the finish, long and still inviting, an oaky wood note is the boat that carries you to your next welcome glass, as the dark citrus, honeyed sweetness, and melty cocoa butter fade out and wave goodbye, expecting to see you again. Overall, it has been impressive with what the Japanese have been doing with their whiskey offerings, mimicking techniques but showing us a different and very welcome perspective. Hibiki Japanese Harmony is a great example of this principle. A bottle that is commensurately as celebratory in a group as it is welcome as a sensually self-defining moment. Should you enjoy it slowly and alone, you should see what happens when they attempt a bourbon-esque offering. But we will save that one for another time. Hibiki, Suntory Whisky, Japanese Harmony. Ta-ta.
Right, hang on. We're going to have to stop a bit. I need to get a dictionary out for a couple of those words he's been using
I
there.
was just about to say there's 21 words in there that had more than 3 syllables.
What? Okay. Well,
3 syllables or more, 21 words.
Well, the couple that got me was, vivacious. I've heard it, but I've had to look it up, Attractively, lively and animated. I can see that in the whiskey. The one that got me, though, I had to look up was commensurately.
Commensurately.
Corresponding in size or degree, in proportion.
Beautiful word.
Etc. Anyway, it means big, probably.
Yeah.
Nice one, God.
Did someone give the God a thesaurus this week? Anyway.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Good notes there. I enjoyed that a lot.
There were good notes.
Short and sweet, like this drink.
Yes.
Obviously he mentioned the cocoa butter creaminess, and I think that's what I was getting a lot of, especially when I added water.
Yeah.
I was really getting that.
That's the thing, you say white chocolate, I wasn't picking it up. Cocoa butter creaminess, I can kind of maybe see that now, just in terms of the language, which might correspond to what I was, tasting.
It was a creamy chocolate was what I was getting at. I think that was exactly my exact words on the first note was creamy chocolate.
Yeah.
And then I said,
it was
kind of like a Milky Bar. And then we went down a white chocolate thing. And I think it's a bit about, it's somewhere in the middle. One of those like fancy chocolates you can get.
Like a Lint. No?
What is it though?
That's fancy for me.
Green and golds? Is it green and golds? Is that a
Yeah, that's a
brand?
fancy chocolate. That's a fancy chocolate.
Yeah, like something from Waitrose, a Waitrose chocolate.
Oh, a Waitrose. Oh, right, yeah, middle class chocolate. Yeah,
middle class chocolate. That's what this whiskey is.
Yeah.
It's middle class chocolate.
What, 70 quid a bottle? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, thanks God. I think we're seeing you next week.
Yeah, probably if he can be bothered to turn up.
You're listening to the Whisky and Things podcast.
One of these days, Nicholas, you are going to smash a glass against your microphone and it's going to be
expensive.
Liquid everywhere.
No,
liquid
I just smashed the bottle
everywhere.
Because I've run out of the Hibiki, annoyingly, but I'm still a bit parched. So I've got a bit of Buffalo Trace out. Another good cork.
Squeak of that one. Like a just tread on a duck there. Like angry goose.
Hibiki's gone, so I need to mask it now.
So, Nicholas, I'm sure you must have a story. All your time in America, there must have been some American stories, famous American studios you've been in. What you got for me?
Yeah. I mean, we made the Tat record mostly in a place, we made it in Atlanta with a guy called Rusty Cobb in a place called Bang Studios. That was a fun one.
There's so much in that. Rusty Klopp in Bang Studios.
Rusty Cobb. Russ T initial. Cobb.
Rusty Cobb.
Rusty Cobb at his studio in Atlanta called Bang Studios. Bang. Now, what's interesting about Bang Studios is it was made out of old shipping containers. You know that? Those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people do that now. They make like buildings with shipping containers. That's what this was made of. Of course, we finished that record, or some of it, in Dean DiCioto's studio in Studio City. That was fun because it was in his house and he'd always put on an epic spread. Cheers. Epic spread. And you could kind of sit out the back and just chill out. And it was cool. It's a little kind of house vibe. But I was lucky enough, 2011, when Tatiana and we went back to LA to kind of start making new music, etc.
Which never came out.
It did. It came out like last year.
Did it?
Well, like one track I was on.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't go there, Dave. We won't go there. But
open wounds.
Well, whatever. No, not really open. It's just a bit like, okay.
Wounds.
That took a while.
Scars. Scar tissue.
It's up to her what she does with that music. Anyway, but we went to a studio complex, which some people may have heard of, called Sound City.
Really?
Yeah. I love the way you're acting all surprised like a good host, Dave. Like you don't know that already. Love it.
I sometimes forget you were there, but yeah.
I forget I was there sometimes. No, I don't actually. I loved it. Sound City, some people might know from the documentary Dave Grohl made a few years ago, because
it's a great documentary.
It's an amazing documentary. It's a kind of bit of a legendary studio, really, that a lot of amazing albums were made. You know, I mean, Tom Petty made a lot of stuff there. Fleetwood Mac made Rumours there. Nirvana made Nevermind. There's countless. Rage Against the Machine recorded Rage Against the Machine there. And what makes me happy, like, obviously all those, but Metallica made Death Magnetic there, just because of the kick drum sound. That's the reason they went there. Like, wow. They played a load of kick drum sounds to Metallica, like not knowing where the studio was, and they were like, that one. And because it's known for its legendary drum room, again, because that's why Dave Grohl loved it and a lot of people liked it. So yeah, I was lucky enough to go there. I myself didn't actually get to record in the main room, because we were kind of recording in one of the smaller studios in the same complex.
Right.
But we got to go into the main room and the main area, the control room. We could just go in there and hang out and eat our food and, use the microwave or the coffee machine or the vending machine. It was so kind of laid back and free because Mark McCluskey, who ran the studio which we were working in, he was freely allowed to go in and out, and which meant we were as well. And it was just an amazing time. And it was one of those things where I'd heard of Sound City because I'd seen it on the back of albums, this and that and the other. But I wasn't at that point, clued up on how legendary the studio was. But when I went in there and I saw all the kind of platinum records on the walls and, Iowa Slipknot was made there. Their second record. Ronnie James Dio made his record there, Holy Diver, all that kind of stuff. Again,
it's crazy, isn't it crazy that an album like Rumours can be made in the same room as Iowa by Slipknot?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
Like that, it's just crazy. Like that kind of the juxtaposition of those two albums is so big.
Yeah, it's just a vibey,
and yet they
vibey
both
place.
sound amazing. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they haven't changed it at all. That live room, they haven't changed it since the 60s, I think.
Wow.
It's got the same linoleum on the walls. It's got the same paint. They haven't changed a thing because they don't want to change what that magic ingredient is.
The winning formula.
The winning formula. It's such a great room. It has lights in there as if it's like gig lights, right? So if you're in there and you want to get a drummer into the vibe, you turn the lights off and you put the light, like the gigging lights on to get him into a vibe. Stuff like that. It was such an amazing place. And of course it had that, which is in the industry, a legendary Neve console. Tatiana got to track some piano through it, which turned out was Elton John's piano, of course.
Oh my God.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. So she got to do that, but we had some kind of photos taken in there and stuff by Jared Scott, who was on the show a few weeks ago. That's actually the last time I saw him.
Good callback.
Actually, Jared. It's just such an amazing place. And actually, I learned more about it years later when the documentary came out, when Dave Grohl's documentary came out.
Were you then a little bit annoyed that you didn't appreciate it as much, or did you appreciate it?
Not really. I learned as much as I could then. It was what it was. I knew what it was, and I made sure I took all the pictures while I was there, all that kind of stuff. But it's just, it's good to be there. I felt quite lucky as well because I was there because it got sold in 2011 when I was there. So
oh, wow.
Because I was kind of, we were standing outside because everyone would just congregate in the car park, in the sunny, obviously always sunny out there. And then the lady who owned it at that point, Sandy, told Mark, it's been sold, there and then. That's the first time he knew about it. They'd sold it to, I think, a guy who's part of the Wrigley's family or whatever. I was actually reading up on it today, actually. It was basically sold and then leased to a record company, and then it was just used for their artists exclusively.
Yeah.
At that point. Because then they sold the Neve board to Dave Grohl, and then that went into his studios, 606. And that's where that story came from in that documentary. But yeah, I felt weird being there at that point. But even then, there was still people wandering around. Like we were working, and like a couple of members of Mastodon would just walk into our studio, and we're like, "You got like one of those little amps? We just want to jam outside." So we ended up giving him this little, those little cigarette box amps.
Yeah.
So Mastodon could just go outside, like sit around the table in the car park and jam through to get like either a riff down or an arrangement down. I think Bush were there. Well, Gavin Rosdale was there. We saw him wandering around because they were doing some like recording in there as well. Because everyone just wanted to use that drum room. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, really lucky to have been there. But yeah, it was amazing. And mate, on top of the tape machine, they had like a box with all the used razor blades in it.
From cutting the tape.
From cutting the tape over the years. And I'm thinking, what has been cut on here?
Yeah,
the albums that have been cut on this tape deck with some of those razor blades, mate, it was, fantastic. Yeah. Really lucky.
So So what is the deal now? It's not open to the public now. It's just privately owned, or
That's the cool thing. Like when I was researching today, Sandy Skeeter. It was originally owned by Tom Skeeter. He owned it and then he passed away. But Sandy, the lady I talked about earlier, they managed to get it back in 2017 as a partnership with somebody else, and they've reopened it. They haven't got the new stuff, but they've got some other kind. It's still an analog studio, which is great.
Right, okay.
But it's back in the same ownership as of 2017, which I was really happy to read, to be honest, because I was kind of heartbroken.
News. Yeah.
I was heartbroken at the time, just because it just seemed like such a shame. And as well, after I watched the documentary, it's such a great documentary. You know, I'm talking about it a lot. But yes, I mean, since 2018, Fall Out Boy have been back in there. A few other people, Death Cab for Cutie. But there's so many legendary albums. I mean, Johnny Cash has done all kinds of things there. System of a Down made System of a Down. Anyway, I'm just listing things now. Go check it. Go check it out. You know, you've probably got several albums, listeners, in your Spotify,
Spotify collection. Yeah, Hearted.
Yeah, but it was amazing, man. Love to be there.
It's great that you've been there.
It's funny as well. Like we're talking about how smells make you remember things. It's situated in Van Nuys, and there's a Budweiser brewery.
Yeah,
there. So on the way, when you're on the freeway, you just smell hops everywhere. So now when I smell the certain smell, not all hops, but certain ones, I think of Sound City.
Nice.
That's my memory of what hops is, the Budweiser distillery.
That's awesome. That's all. You're very lucky to have had that experience there, and I hope Do you think they'll ever get the desk back? Hopefully they'll get the desk back in there and recreate.
I don't know. I think it's as a new thing.
Dave appreciates the history though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I guess it would depend if they've gutted the room out completely and it now doesn't have the old walls. If they've got rid of all of that. No, it has.
They've left. The live room. They've left. They just redid the tracking room. Control room. Sorry, the control room.
Yeah. So that I wouldn't be surprised. He understands these things. Wouldn't be surprised if one day it finds its way home.
It's got some good equipment in it. I wouldn't get geeky, but don't worry, Dave. It does have some. It's got some. Like, I think the desk is older than that Neve that was in there originally.
Okay. So they put something vintage in there. Cool.
Yeah. There's vintage stuff. Don't worry, people. It's vintage.
Excellent. Right.
That was nice.
That was nice. I enjoy hearing you talk about that.
Yeah, it was nice to reminisce, mate. Nice to reminisce.
Sometimes I think I am, but then I'm also my author of my own success. So I'm going to twist that round. A bit more positive than Danny, aren't I? I think that's what I might call my next album.
Are you the author of your own misfortune, Dave?
No, I'm the author of my own success. You hadn't pressed record, did you?
No, I hadn't.
That's a shame. We lost a nice moment there.
No, we got it back. That was smooth. We got a better moment. We got a better moment when you realised I just hadn't pressed record. Podcasting with two Neanderthals, or one.
I am the Eggman after all.
You are.
The Eggman. Woo!
Does that make me the walrus? Because I take offence to that, unless they have enormous dongs. Answers on a postcard. Does a walrus have an enormous dong?
That.
I could use any word there, but I chose dong.
Yes. Pictures of walrus dongs into our Twitter, please. That's what we expect. When I wake up
it's legal on
Tuesday
Twitter.
Morning.
Everything's legal on Twitter.
Exactly. Yes. Not on Facebook or Instagram, but on Twitter. We would like to see some walrus penis.
Send us whatever you want. No, don't. Don't. Josh, don't.
It'll be Amar. Amar will get up first. We know.
Josh, no.
Talking of which, mate, he managed to stumble upon
Amar or Josh?
Amar. He stumbled upon the first draft of Whiskey and Me.
Whiskey and Me?
Yeah, he's the book by the Whisky God.
The Whisky God's autobiography?
Yeah, apparently the foreword is by Alan Rickman.
Is it? Oh, must have been done a while ago.
I love it when it all ties together. But that was a wonderful bit of imagery there that Amar sent us last week. So please, as always, please do send us stuff. We like receiving stuff, be it whiskey reviews or anything really. We just like hearing from you.
Yeah.
So thanks to those who have. I'm sure we'll be talking more. I'm sure we will be talking more. Next week, Nick, we weren't supposed to do a show next week. We were going to have a week off, but with our new special reserves
fluid
show was...
It's fluid, mate. It's fluid.
It is more fluid, isn't it? We've had things come up, which means we're going to change it. When I say we've had things come up, Nick's going to have an operation in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's come up. So we need to just change our schedule slightly.
Yeah. Having a brain transplant.
Yeah. It's going to be... his ability to talk is going to be amazing.
Too intelligent for this podcast.
Far too, yeah.
So we need to dumb it down.
Yeah.
We need to dumb it down a bit. We weren't going to do one next week. We were going to have a 2-week kind of break because we have our live show, number 25, which will be coming out then. But yes, so next week we are doing a whiskey. Shall I tell them what it is?
What whiskey are we doing next week, Nick?
We've just decided, actually, because we're that...
Literally?
Yeah, we're that organised.
Just now.
And we thought, why not, still go and explore some territories we haven't been to.
I like territories.
And seeing as we're both wearing a Danny Gruff t-shirt, even though it's like, the least listened to podcast.
Good link.
Danny, step up. We'll have him back one day to hopefully redeem himself.
Episode 25.
Oh yeah,
he's coming back. We know he's coming back.
He is coming back. Yeah, we thought we'd do a Welsh whiskey. Yes, it does exist. And we're going to see what it's all about. So we're doing the Penderyn.
They've got a variety, but we're having the Celt.
Yeah, single malt.
I think Dan Rees bought it for me.
Thank you, Dan Rees. Well, I have
It was a while
shot
ago.
of that bottle with me now.
I've not got much left. It's really one thing's for sure. It's very pale.
It is pale. Yeah,
it's almost water-esque.
It's hydrated.
It's very hydrated.
Yes.
So look forward to that.
That's next week. That's episode 24. Yes.
24.
Yeah.
Hopefully people will like us again then.
Oh, like the sides on a Suntory Hibiki bottle, Dave.
Oh, we should have done 24 for 24.
Nah.
Why do we not think about that? Never mind.
Because this isn't a professional operation. I've told you a million times.
We weren't supposed to have a show for episode 24.
No.
Anyway, we have recorded some what we call special reserve shows, which are sitting in the bank for weeks, like when Nick's having his operation.
Yeah.
And you'll find out more about them later on.
About my operation? Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Right. Let's bugger off, Dave. Let's bugger off.
Wrap this up.
Wrap this up. It's a good episode this week.
Right
I've enjoyed talking about stuff. Anyway.
Excellent.
Right.
Well, have a good week. Have a good weekend, Nick.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. I always forget what our sign-off is. I keep thinking of Jerry Springer.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh,
cheers. Thanks for coming.
Whisky and Things has been brought to you by And Things Productions.